Hey, Quinn. Hey, Quinn. Quinn. See, I started to use a stripper disc. I'm cleaning out all the paint, and then I'm working on, I got some filler in there, and I haven't even messed with this side yet with the filler, but I'll get to that eventually. I'm trying to clean this out so I can paint the interior of the truck and put on new weather stripping. So when I get this off of the cab, or I get the cab off of the frame, get the other things done, and then I can come back, and when I put the cab back on the frame for the last time, it's not going to have to come back off again, and the interior will be complete. So that's what I'm working on right now. To that effect, I've got a new bench seat that'll be going in also, but not just yet. There's some other things that need to be done, but that's in really good shape, at least for what it is. The color will work. The interior is going to be painted black. So right now what I'm working on is getting off this dash pad, and I'm working on getting off this dash pad first. As you can see, I've already pulled out the steering column. There's the brake pedal mechanism, the boot down there. There's a plate, and I'm going to fill this hole in. But I'm working on getting all of this stuff out and getting all of this stuff out of the way so I can work on painting the interior, cleaning this up, and then getting it painted. Because as you can see, there's some rust, which isn't bad, it's just surface rust, but I want to make sure that I stop all of that. Registration and insurance, which is all still up to date. To get the dash pad off, there are some nuts. There's one. Another one right there. It's got these slots in it. And there's another one right back there. And the tricky, difficult ones to get to are going to be over in here. But I've got the gauge cluster taken out and the dash liner taken out. These will be relatively... Okay. Got all of these bolts taken out. And then this whole box is held on by these three screws. Here's the heater core. And these three nuts come off of these screws that go through push through the firewall here. And this whole unit should be able to come out. there it is. I can get up in here, I can clean all of this out, pull all this jute out, this backing material, and I can also get inside here and clean up the inside of the A-pillar. So that is what I needed. It's like a rat or mice at some point had made a home up there, but I don't see any feces, so it's a good thing. It's dirty, but otherwise it looks clean as far as rust. Here's why my the cabin light didn't work. It was chewed up. I've already made the decision. I'm going to go this far with it. I'm going to go ahead and get a new wiring harness too, just to be done with it, because this wiring, I don't trust it. I don't remember if you remember in the very first video when I was picking this truck up, and I pulled the lights and my dad goes, "Oh, you got lights." I don't know how, because look at this switch. It is completely screwed. And this wiring, it's electrical taped together, which electrical tape isn't bad, but it's frayed, it's spliced, it's dry rotted. And I'm gonna put all this work on this truck just to have it burn down on me the first time I hook the battery back up. That's my fear. Okay, once you get all these screws, they're under there. One right here on the inside, right in here, and that's on each side. Pull the dash pad out. I'm gonna make sure you dig out these vents. I don't know if there's a way to do that without destroying the pad, but the pad's already done anyway, so. Like everything else, it's metal. A little work. Gotta clean up. What is left is this beautiful metal dash. It just needs to be cleaned up and repainted with the interior, which is what I'm starting to kind of strip this area out so I can get in here and clean this up and then paint the interior, finish that off, and seal it and everything. So, to recap, you've got all these bolts go in these little slots, and then you've got some along the front. Here, and I'm going to have to fill all these in, and the easiest way to do that is going to be to remove the windshield, which I'm not doing this very second. Of course, I've already plugged it from the back. Put this all back together again. Set screw on the bottom is for the wipers. And then this collar on the inside threads off. Comes off. Pull this out. And there's the wiper switch. This switch right here is for the emergency brake or the parking brake warning light. That one just popped right out. And then the cigarette lighter right here just unscrews. It's this one that's the trick. And the trick is supposed to be you push this button right here on the top. It's not working. Oh, there it is. I was hitting the wrong button this whole time. It's not the button up here, it's a button at the back. And that pulls off. And then, if I could find my screwdriver, I just unscrew this. Bigger flat screwdriver. And here we go. So there's a spring in here, and that spring just came uncoiled, got all twisted, and just, so I don't know if it can be rebuilt or if I just buy a new one. I will figure it out one way or the other. All right, interior's cleaned out, and I just gotta get this glass out of here. I just pulled out the rear glass, had the lighting and everything set up, and then realized I forgot to hit the record button. So that's it. The cab is completely stripped. The only thing that's sitting on it now are the doors. And I'm going to get up underneath it and I'm going to mark my holes for my cab mounts. I'm going to flip it onto its back, get off the frame, flip it onto its back, weld those in solid, and then I'm going to take this into the sandblaster and I'm going to blast it. At least the interior. That's what I've got going on. So probably get some cheap clear or something just to hit it, just to kind of seal in these little rust spots for now. Maybe I'll blast the whole thing. I haven't really decided yet, but that's this. I mean, the cab is stripped. So next thing, like I said, is going to be getting those welded in solid and getting it to the sandblaster.